Okay, I wanted to talk to you today about another of God's great herbs, one of my favorites, and that's Valerian. Valerian. And I'll put the Latin on the video. Now, I like valerian a lot. And we use the root. This is the flowering parts. We don't use that. We use the root. I'll show you the root in a minute. But let me say this. Some people say the root smells like smelly socks, sweaty socks. I don't think so. I love the smell. Some people hate it. I just adore the smell. That's one of the reasons I love this plant. And most people use it to fall asleep. I take it every night. Every night I take it. And if I don't have it, I panic because I love it so much. It relaxes me, I take magnesium, hawthorn, and I take passion flower, And boy, I fall into a deep sleep in seconds when I hit the pillow. But I'll explain why I take them together. But anyway, let me read to you a little bit about valerian, and then I'll get to a longer thing about it. So valerian is a strong nervine, which means that it calms the nerves. It contains an essential oil and alkaloids, which combine to produce a calming sedative effect. Valerian is known as a safe, non-narcotic herbal sedative and has been recommended for people who suffer from anxiety and or insomnia. It is commonly used with other herbs for nervous tension. It is also useful in pain-relieving remedies and for its ability to relax muscle spasms. Valerian is rich in magnesium, potassium, copper, some lead, and zinc. This herb is usually recommended for short-term use. Prolonged or excessive use can cause mental depression in some people. Not with me. It is usually not recommended for small children. Now, I don't have that problem, and I don't take an excessive amount. I only take 2 capsules every night. I've never had that problem. So, now here's the root, and again, it's a sedative. It's also a tonic. Now, let me say this: if you take valerian root with hawthorn berry every night, it's actually a tonic for the heart. It strengthens your heart, and I take it every night. I have never had the effect that it would, have the opposite effect. But I guess that's people who go overboard. Sometimes people think a lot of a good thing is a good thing, but it's not. A lot of a good thing can be a bad thing. So I would just say, take a reasonable amount, and you'll be fine. I've been taking it for years, every night. It's got to be 10 years. I've never had a problem. Now, valerian root has been used for many centuries to calm all kinds of nervous disorders. It slows the action of the heart while increasing its general force. Very nice. In centuries past, it was supposedly taken as often as coffee by ladies in Germany, resulting in a lack of nervousness and irritability. You can make a really nice tea. I take the capsules, or they have an extraction or a tincture, however you'd like to call it. The old name is tincture. The new word is extraction. And that's the liquid form. And you can take it every day, every night as a drink. But a tea is nice too. I have valerian root, and I do make the tea. It's lovely. The volatile oil of valerian contains esters, which is an organic substance. Compounds created with the union of an alcohol and an acid, if you remember your chemistry, with loss of water, similar to those in rosemary. The development of the dirty socks or rotten cheese odor of valerian comes during the drying process, when these esters undergo a chemical decomposition or change to produce valerianic acid. I guess I must love rotten cheese and dirty socks because I think the smell is utterly heavenly. Valerian root is a primary sedative and is used when sleep disorders are the result of anxiety, nervousness, exhaustion, headache, or hysteria. Now, I think a lot of people suffer from nervousness, etc., and I think this would be very good for them. Okay, in this age, of watching TV and all this kind of thing, with all this propaganda and lies and fear-based fake information, people get crazy, and they're worried about things. So valerian is very good to calm you down. I would recommend this very, very highly, and I would say this is much, much better than doing anything reckless like smoking marijuana, which can have very negative effects on the body. And I've never smoked marijuana, nor will I. I do not recommend that at all. If for anxiety. Valerian root has been used for these purposes since pre-Christian times and is cited in virtually every pharmacopoeia in the world. Valerian has an influence on the cerebrospinal system and is employed as a sedative of the primary nerve centers for afflictions such as St. Vitus dance, nervous unrest, neuralgia pain, epileptic fits, hysteria, restlessness, and wakefulness. Valerian root is playing an important role in the somewhat arduous process of rehabilitation for many addicts. So drug addicts will take this in replace of their drugs. Often it serves as a substitute for Valium to help the addict sleep easily, relax, and mellow out. The best results have been obtained in cases of hysteria, hypochondria, where the primary causes of difficulty are emotional or mental. Now, it's nature's tranquilizer. Valerian calms the nerves without the side effects of comparable orthodox drugs. Besides acting upon the circulatory system, it stimulates the secretion and peristalsis of the stomach and intestines. The herb is a proven sedative. I'm living proof. But it also improves coordination and antagonizes the hypnotic effects of alcohol. I would not take it with alcohol. Valerian is suggested for cases of heart palpitation because it slows down the heart rate while increasing the strength of the beats. It is also used for circulatory problems and to stimulate the stomach and intestinal motility. Valerian is also used for hypochondria. I know some people like that. It can be said, people that are always in fear, oh my God, I have a cold, I could be dying, and hypochondriacs. It can be said that this herb is antispasmodic, which means, it prevents you from twitching out, and equalizing, therefore can be said to act as a sedative in states of agitation and a stimulant in fatigue. Today, the best known use of valerian is as a natural tranquilizer. Valerian has long been used as a stomachic, antispasmodic, carminative antidote to the plague. It has also been used since ancient times in the treatment of epilepsy, right? Because it calms the nerves. Valerian may work by affecting the central nervous system, thus it is more a psychological drug than a physiological one. Valerian root works to calm the nerves and also relieves pain and spasms. Valerian root has a sedative effect, acting to decrease anxiety and aggression and aiding in insomnia. It is one of the best herbal sources of calcium and magnesium, natural calcium and magnesium. Valerian is used to relieve stomach cramps and stress. Now remember, anything I say in this video is not to be taken as medical advice, diagnosis of medical conditions, and it's for educational purposes only. And what you do with this information is your responsibility completely and absolutely. But valerian root is used in a lot of sleep remedies. I myself have a sleep remedy that I make, and valerian root is one of the main ingredients. But I'll take it myself every night. This is what I do. I take passion flower, valerian, and I take hawthorn together, with a couple of other things, magnesium as well. And I'll tell you, boy, no problem sleeping. So anyway, get yourself some valerian. And if you get the capsules, take a big sniff. And if you smell dirty socks, think of me. Okay? Take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.